and welcome back to the most amazing channel on the internet. I am your host, Rebecca Felgate, and today we are talking about the top 10 scary Disney Cars theories. Yes, 10 of them. I think the real entertainment here will be watching me trying to stretch this out to 10 points. Best of luck to me. Alright, before we get into this video, I want to ask you guys what your favourite Disney Pixar movie is. I think that mine has to be Brave. Also, stick around to the end of the video where I'll be reading out some comments from our Scary Pixar theories video. Do it. Also, while you're down there, why don't you like this video and share it with a friend. Alright, let's do this. Coming in at number 10, we have the Lemon Party. So I don't know if you've ever watched our top 10 things you should never Google video, but basically on that list you would have found Lemon Party. If you don't know what a lemon party is, it involves naked old people and the dawn of the age of the internet. Either way, it seems that the animators behind Disney's Cars have been having a good old inappropriate lol. In one scene in Cars 2, it clearly shows the vehicle having a very literal lemon party, a nod to the horrible sexy former website. Ugh. Coming into number 9, we have Apple brainwashing. Many people have accused Disney's Cars of secret brainwashing. There are a couple of strands to the brainwashing theories out there, both of which I think are kind of ridiculous. In Cars 3 there is a Mac iCar with a prominent Apple logo over it, and it is the number 84, which is the year that Apple released their Mac. Many people think that this is a product placement, but in reality it's probably just a nod to Steve Jobs, who founded Apple and once owned Pixar. Some people are taking the 84 thing to be a reference to the surveillance state of 1984, a nod to the suspicion that iPhones are listening to us, which I think they actually are. Cars 3 is making young boys subservient to females, apparently, at number 8. I mean, to me this is absolute pish posh, but we needed to make a 10-point list, so here it goes. An article on the highly credible returnofthekings.com praises the first two movies for instilling a sense of the brotherhood, but it slams the third movie because Lightning McQueen is trained by a young female car, who eventually ends up racing for him and winning. The article says that this showcases how, in the age of feminism, strong men are expected to step aside for females who haven't worked as hard to get where they are. Honestly, I really don't agree. I don't think that this was the message at all. The scariest thing for me is probably that people out there are worried about a victorious female car, like just cars. Coming in at number 7, we have Car Wars. It is heavily hinted at in Cars that there may have been car wars in the past. In the same way that humans have had world wars, there's an underlying suggestion that cars may have had done too. The clue lies in the character of Skipper, a plane who also appears in the movie Planes. Now, Skipper is an old Navy corsair, a warplane. If he's a warplane, then there must have been a war to fight in. He also mentions that he was shot down in a fight with Japanese planes. If there were car universe wars, then there must have also been a car universe Hitler equivalent. Thanks Tumblr for that theory. Thanks a bunch. Alright, moving on from Car Hitler to Car Jesus at number 6. People have really run wild with the whole car parallel universe thing. A lot of people have spotted the car in Cars that looks like the Pope-mobile. From that, they've deduced that in the Cars world there must have been car religions, which is probably how all of those early car wars got started. If there are car religions, does that mean there's a car Jesus? If so, like, hello, has anyone else just gone cross-eyed with this mind-boggling revelation? Car Jesus. Others say that the car Pope, which contains a car within a car, is actually a driving monument to the car the actual last surviving Pope died in. This opens up a whole new can of scary theory worms. Is the movie Cars trying to tell us that the Pope is under threat when he rides in a motorcade? Honestly, I'm just exhausted thinking about some of these theories. Coming into number 5, there is no original thought in Cars. Is the world of Cars a parallel universe, or did creativity and original thought die out with the humans? Wait, what? The humans are dead? Yes, but we'll get to that later. In Cars, the automobiles have similar lives to modern Westerners, but instead of making their own original creative content, they copy old human entertainment and translate it into mechanism entertainment. For example, did you see what's playing at the Carsverse movie theater? Toy Car Story. Right, they could watch that, or they could watch Incredimobiles. Whoever these cars are and however they have come about, they aren't very creative and original. Isn't a world of recycled content, but instead of people, just cars, kind of weird and terrifying? Also, in movies like The Fast and the Furious, if humans are cars in other movies, then what are actual cars? Honestly, there's so much to think about. Coming into number 4, there are no families in Cars. Have you guys ever noticed how there are no families in the movie Cars? Well, it hasn't been lost on some people. I assume the lack of family units is to allow Disney further space to not explain how cars are created, because car sex is really just too much to think about. I'm guessing the car stork delivers the car babies. There There are very small references to traces of family, but we never actually see a family unit. Is this just further evidence that Disney hates families? I think it might be, or something. Okay, so in the last few points we address a major plot gap for Cars, which is the lack of humans. These next theories are basically possible explanations for their absence, all of which are pretty worrying. Also, at this point, I want to be honest with you, I've accidentally scripted 11 points. It does happen more often than you think, but I'm just gonna go with it. So, welcome to 3A everyone. This is 3A, the apocalypse. A lot of people think that Cars is set millions of years after WALL-E, a movie in which we all know that humans have jettisoned the Earth after filling it with trash. Well, the story at the end of WALL-E is that humans return to Earth eager to restore it. The Cars theory goes that actually humans had no idea how to restore it. For example, how the captain in WALL-E said he's gonna grow a pizza plant, like, if only, but mate, good luck. Soon the humans die out and the robots create a superhuman race. Cars. Rightio then. Another scary theory is that there is no humans because the air is unbreathable. This is coming into 3B. 3B, ladies and gents. Happening all over again. This just makes sense, doesn't it? A whole entire world filled with a whole bunch of cars. Total internal combustion creates exhaust, which creates pollution. If the population of Cars Earth is anything like human Earth, billions of cars would create billions of fumes, which may be how all of the humans died. One step into the Cars world and it would be curtains for soft human lungs. It's not the cough that carried her off, it's the coffin that carried her off in. I remember my grandma saying that to me. Coming into number 2, the cars killed the people. Oh no. There are a number of theories circulating out there that the cars are AI vehicles created by robots in order to destroy humans, and like, at this point, maybe. The theory goes that the cars are sentient self-driving vehicles and they had enough of human dominance, especially from those who were trying to cut back on carbon emissions. That just ain't cricket if you're a car. One theory suggests that cars rebelled against the humans and ran them all over in a bloody massacre and then burned the bodies with gasoline. Not feeling so great about cars right now. Finally, this is one of the most disturbing Cars theories of all time. People are in the cars. Some people say that the Cars universe exists independent of humans, like a parallel universe if you will, wherein humans never actually existed, but they're wrong. How can you tell? Well, the cars have door handles and wing mirrors. Now these would be pretty superfluous in a world without humans, and evolution would have sorted that right out. So humans must have existed at some point in the Cars universe, but where are they now? Well, get this. This is one wild theory. It says that actually the humans are somehow in the cars. This theory is called the homunculus theory, and it says that humans are lab grown in amniotic vats and are then embedded within an automotive exoskeleton. Whew. A quote from the theory on jalpanic.com reads, "Eventually automated robotic factories to produce cars were built and human babies were produced in amniotic vats and then directly embedded within a automotive skeleton body." Okay, do you want to see what this may look like via the medium of a horrifying sketch? Of course you do. Note the liquid waste removal tube. I'm not about it. I'm absolutely not about it. Well, we made it. That was 11, accidentally, Scary Cars theory, but you know what? I'm just giving you an extra one for 3. Before I go, I am going to read some comments from the Scary Pixar Part 2. You guys loved it. Tom McPhee said, "I think this was what happened to Andy's dad. He had an illness, he faked his death, and then he did what Chucky did when he got in the body of the Woody doll. And so the rest of his toys, he did it so he could see his son grow up, but he didn't want to tell him." I think you lost me somewhere there. Winchester Girl left a really nice comment to say, "My favourite Pixar movie is Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming. Lol. Love you, Rebecca. You look lovely today." Thanks so much. You're really kind. I didn't vote Trump said, "I know Toy Story 3 had a happy-ish ending, but at the same time it was so sad. I've heard both Tim Allen and Tom Hanks broke down in tears several times whilst filming the script. It took me a year to get past Up's first 10 to 15 minutes. How am I gonna watch Toy Story 4? Love you, Rebecca. I'm still working on a plan to get you Alexander Skarsgård." Joke. Sorry, would you settle for his brother? Maybe not, there's the whole Pennywise thing. I mean, I feel you on the Toy Story 4 thing. If it's gonna be emotional, maybe I just need to not see it. I'm not sure if I can deal with it. And regarding Alexander Skarsgård, it's Alexander or nothing. Nothing. I wouldn't be happy if someone wanted me but then they'd settle for my sister, very beautiful but not the same human. So, Alexander Skarsgård, once again, if you're watching, hi. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please do leave a thumbs up, please do leave me a comment, please do leave me whatever you want to leave me in the comment section down below. I love reading it, I really do. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, have a lovely day. Bye!